Kagura and modern festival dance belong to different worlds. One is silent and sacred. The other is vibrant and public. Yet both share the same root, a belief that movement carries meaning. In Kagura, the audience watches in stillness. In festivals, the crowd becomes part of the rhythm. One honors the gods, the other honors community. Together, they tell a story. Of how tradition survives, by changing form, not spirit. Hamanaga Hana Kagura Bangchang Huashan La is a form of traditional Kagura ritual dance in Japan, deeply rooted in Shinto belief and the spiritual life of rural communities. It is not a flower viewing festival in the common sense, but a sacred ceremonial dance performed to honor the deities, pray for peace, abundant harvests, and protection for the community. In the name Hamanaga Hana Kagura, the word Kagura Shen Lei means entertainment for the gods, while Hanahua does not refer to natural flowers, but symbolizes sacred beauty, manifestation, and divine presence. Therefore, this festival is ritualistic and spiritual in nature, clearly distinct from popular entertainment festivals. To understand Hamanaga Hana Kagura, one must first understand Kagura. Kagura is a form of ritual dance and music that emerged in ancient Japan as part of Shinto practice. Its purpose is to invite the deities kami to descend and be present among humans, bringing blessings and protection. According to Japanese mythology, Kagura originated from the story of Ame-no-Uzume, the goddess who danced before the cave to lure the sun goddess Amaterasu out, restoring light to the world. From this myth, Kagura came to symbolize light, renewal, and harmony between humans and the divine. The origins of Hamanaga, Hana Kagura, are deeply rooted in the rural agricultural communities of the Chugoku region in western Honshu, Japan. In these early societies, daily life was inseparable from the natural environment, and survival depended heavily on seasonal cycles, weather patterns, and the fertility of the land. For these communities, rituals were not symbolic gestures alone, but practical acts believed to influence the forces governing life itself. Hamanaga Hana Kagura emerged as part of a broader tradition of Kagura that developed alongside early Shinto practices. These rituals were performed to communicate with the kami, the spiritual beings believed to inhabit natural elements such as mountains, rivers, forests, and fields, by offering dance, music, and symbolic gestures. Villagers sought to maintain harmony between the human world and the divine realm. Over centuries, the Kagura traditions evolved locally, shaped by geography, climate, and communal belief systems. Hamanaga Hana Kagura represents one such localized expression. Preserved through oral transmission and ritual practice rather than written doctrine. Each generation learned the dances not as performance art, but as sacred knowledge entrusted to them by their ancestors. Unlike court-based or urban ritual forms, Hamanaga Hana Kagura retained a strong communal character. The ritual was inseparable from village life, seasonal labor, and collective memory. This continuity allowed it to survive periods of social transformation, including feudal rule and modernization. by remaining embedded in local identity rather than centralized institutions. Although the word hana literally translates to flower, its meaning within the context of Hamanaga Hana Kagura is symbolic rather than literal. In traditional Japanese ritual language, hana often signifies the moment when beauty, purity, and spiritual presence converge. It represents the visible manifestation of something sacred that is otherwise unseen. In Kagura tradition, hana refers to the spiritual climax of the ritual, the point at which the kami are believed to descend and inhabit the performance space. This concept transforms the dance from an artistic display into a living act of communion between humans and the divine. The dancers, music, and audience collectively participate in creating this sacred moment. Rather than focusing on external decoration, Hamanaga Hana Kagura emphasizes inner clarity, ritual precision, and symbolic movement. Every gesture, pause, and rhythmic pattern contributes to shaping the spiritual atmosphere. The flower is not something observed visually, but something felt. An ephemeral presence that emerges only through disciplined ritual practice. This understanding distinguishes Hamanaga Hana Kagura from festivals that celebrate natural beauty or seasonal change. Its purpose is not to admire flowers, but to cultivate spiritual resonance. The concept of hana reinforces the belief that ritual power arises from harmony, intention, and continuity, rather than spectacle or ornamentation. Hamanaga Hana Kagura is traditionally performed during winter or early spring, most commonly between January and February. This period holds profound significance in Japanese spiritual thought, as it represents a time of transition, the closing of one cycle, and the anticipation of renewal. In agrarian communities, winter marked both hardship and preparation, making ritual acts especially meaningful. The choice of location is equally important. Performances typically take place in front of Shinto shrines, village squares, or designated communal spaces prepared specifically for the ritual. These locations are not chosen for convenience, but for their perceived spiritual resonance. The ground itself is symbolically purified before the ritual begins. Reinforcing the sacred boundary between everyday life and ceremonial space. Unlike large urban festivals, Hamanaga Hana Kagura maintains an intimate scale. The environment is quiet, often illuminated only by lanterns or firelight. This restrained setting allows participants to focus on the ritual's spiritual purpose rather than external distractions. The timing and location together create a liminal space, a moment outside ordinary time, where past, present, and future converge. In this space, the community gathers not as spectators, but as participants in a shared act of remembrance, devotion, and continuity. Costumes and masks are central to the ritual identity of Hamanaga Hana Kagura. They serve not as theatrical props, but as sacred instruments that facilitate transformation. The garments worn by performers are carefully maintained and often passed down through generations, reinforcing their ritual significance. Masks play a particularly important role. Each mask represents a specific spiritual entity, a kami, ancestral figure, or symbolic force. When a performer dons a mask, they symbolically relinquish their individual identity, becoming a vessel for divine presence. This act marks the transition from human performer to ritual intermediary. The visual design of the masks is deliberately restrained. Rather than exaggerated expressions, they convey calm, authority, or solemnity. This subtlety aligns with the ritual's emphasis on balance and harmony. The power of the mask lies not in dramatic appearance, but in its capacity to embody sacred presence. Through costume and mask, Hamanaga. Hana Kagura preserves a visual language that communicates meaning without words. These elements connect contemporary performers with centuries of ritual practice, ensuring continuity even as external cultural conditions change. Modern Kagura did not begin as a rejection of tradition, but as a response to a changing society. As Japan entered the modern era, daily life shifted away from villages and shrines toward cities, public spaces, and mass gatherings. While ritual Kagura remained preserved within sacred grounds, its visual language began to resonate beyond them. Movements once reserved for gods started to appear in cultural performances. Rhythms rooted in ritual drums found new life in public festivals. Costumes inspired by shrine ceremonies were adapted for visibility and expression. This transition marked the birth of what can be understood as modern Kagura, not a ritual act, but a cultural reinterpretation. Importantly, this shift did not erase Kagura's identity. Instead, it redefined its function. Dance was no longer an offering to deities, but a medium through which cultural memory could be shared with wider audiences. The sacred context remained intact at shrines. While public spaces became arenas for reinterpretation, modern Kagura emerged not through imitation, but through transformation. Core elements: symbolic movement, controlled posture, rhythmic repetition were retained, while intention shifted from prayer to expression. This distinction is essential. Without ritual intent, the performance ceased to be Kagura in the religious sense, yet remained Kagura in cultural lineage. In this way, modern Kagura occupies a liminal space. It is neither purely sacred nor purely entertainment. It stands as a bridge between ancestral belief and contemporary life, allowing tradition to remain visible without compromising its sacred core. In its modern form, Kagura functions as a cultural language rather than a ritual command. The gestures, rhythms, and visual symbols communicate identity, history, and continuity. Audiences may no longer interpret these movements as invitations to the gods, but they still recognize their cultural weight. Modern Kagura performances often appear in regional festivals, stage productions, and street events. Here, choreography is adapted for collective viewing. Movements are larger, rhythms are intensified. Yet beneath these changes lies a recognizable structure inherited from ritual practice. The power of modern Kagura lies in its ability to speak without explanation. Viewers may not know the myths or beliefs behind the dance, but they sense its gravity. This intuitive recognition allows Kagura-derived performances to cross generational and cultural boundaries. Japanese society understands this transformation clearly. The term Kagura is used not to claim ritual authenticity, but to signal lineage. It tells the audience that what they are witnessing is rooted in something older, deeper, and culturally significant. In this context, Kagura becomes a shared cultural reference point. It anchors modern creativity to historical memory, ensuring that innovation does not sever its connection to the past. One of the most visible expressions of modern Kagura appears in large street festivals, such as Nippon Domanica Matsuri. These events showcase how traditional movement vocabulary can be reimagined within contemporary performance culture. Here, Kagura-inspired dance is energetic, synchronized, and communal. Performers move as teams rather than individuals. Music blends traditional rhythms with modern tempo. Costumes draw from historical aesthetics while embracing modern color and design. Crucially, these performances do not claim ritual status. They exist as celebration rather than invocation. The gods are no longer the audience, people are. This shift redefines purpose while preserving influence. Modern Kagura thrives in public space because it adapts. It responds to crowds, sound systems, and visual spectacle. Yet its presence still carries a sense of gravity absent from purely modern dance. This gravity comes from lineage, the memory embedded in movement. Through street festivals, Kagura-inspired dance becomes accessible. It invites participation, admiration, and reinterpretation, ensuring that traditional movement remains alive within modern cultural ecosystems. Modern Kagura demonstrates a paradox of cultural survival. Preservation often requires change. By allowing Kagura to inspire new forms, Japanese culture protects its essence from stagnation. Ritual Kagura remains safeguarded within shrines, performed according to strict tradition. Meanwhile, modern Kagura absorbs contemporary influence without threatening sacred practice. This dual existence prevents dilution while encouraging relevance. Institutions, artists, and communities play crucial roles in maintaining this balance. Documentation, education, and performance ensure that audiences understand what modern Kagura is and what it is not. Clarity prevents confusion, allowing both forms to coexist. This approach reflects a broader Japanese philosophy of continuity. Tradition is not frozen in time. It evolves alongside society, guided by respect rather than nostalgia. Today, Kagura exists simultaneously as ritual memory and cultural expression. In shrines, it remains sacred and unchanged. In festivals and performances, it lives on as inspiration, movement, and identity. Modern Kagura does not replace the old. It extends it. By entering contemporary spaces, Kagura ensures that its spirit remains visible, felt, and understood by new generations. This continuity reveals a deeper truth. Culture survives not by resisting change, but by guiding it. Kagura's journey into modernity is not a departure from tradition, but its reaffirmation. Different forms, one cultural soul. Music in Hamanaga. Hana Kagura functions as a structural framework for the ritual rather than as entertainment. Traditional instruments such as drums, flutes, and ritual bells establish a rhythmic environment that guides both movement and attention. The repetition of sound creates a sense of continuity, reinforcing the cyclical nature of the ceremony. The rhythm is deliberately measured and restrained. Unlike celebratory festival music, Kagura music avoids sudden changes or dramatic crescendos. This consistency allows performers to maintain focus and synchronize their movements with spiritual intention. Sound is believed to have purifying power. Each beat of the drum and each breath of the flute contributes to cleansing the ritual space and inviting divine presence. The music thus becomes an active participant in the ceremony, shaping the atmosphere and guiding the flow of spiritual energy. For the audience, the music fosters a meditative state. Listening becomes an act of participation, drawing the community into the shared rhythm of ritual time. Through sound, Hamanaga Hana Kagura transforms collective attention into a unified spiritual experience. The dances performed in Hamanaga Hana Kagura often draw from Japanese mythology and cosmological narratives. These themes are not enacted as stories with clear beginnings and endings. But as symbolic sequences representing universal principles such as creation, purification, and balance, movements are slow and deliberate, emphasizing control rather than expression. Each gesture carries meaning, reflecting a worldview in which harmony is achieved through restraint and awareness. The dances often depict interactions between order and chaos, reflecting humanity's ongoing effort to maintain equilibrium within the natural and spiritual worlds. Rather than focusing on individual characters, the choreography emphasizes collective symbolism. The absence of spoken narrative encourages viewers to engage intuitively. Interpreting meaning through movement, rhythm, and spatial relationships. In this way, the dances function as a form of embodied philosophy, transmitting cultural values and spiritual concepts through physical action rather than verbal explanation. Hamanaga Hana Kagura is inseparable from the community that sustains it. Participation extends beyond the performers to include elders, organizers, musicians, and observers. Each individual plays a role in maintaining the ritual's continuity and integrity. The community's involvement ensures that the ritual remains grounded in lived experience rather than abstract tradition. Knowledge is transmitted through practice, observation, and mentorship, reinforcing intergenerational bonds. By participating collectively, the community affirms shared values and identity. The ritual becomes a moment of communal reflection, reinforcing social cohesion and mutual responsibility. This communal foundation is essential to the ritual's survival. Without it, Hamanaga Kagura would lose its context and meaning, becoming a detached performance rather than a living tradition. In modern Japan, rapid urbanization and cultural change pose challenges to traditional rituals. Despite this, Hamanaga Kagura persists as a living cultural practice, sustained by local commitment and cultural preservation efforts. While some adaptations have occurred, such as documentation and limited public presentation, the core ritual structure remains intact. This balance between preservation and adaptation allows the tradition to survive without losing authenticity. Interest from scholars and cultural practitioners has further supported preservation efforts, highlighting the ritual's value as an expression of intangible cultural heritage. The cultural value of Hamanaga Hana Kagura lies in its embodiment of a worldview that emphasizes harmony. Continuity and respect for unseen forces. Spiritually, it affirms the belief that human life is interconnected with nature and the divine. The ritual offers a space for reflection and renewal, reminding participants of their place within a larger cosmic order. Its quiet intensity contrasts with modern spectacle, offering depth rather than distraction. Hamanaga Hana Kagura stands as a living example of how ancient Japanese communities understood the world, a world where deities, nature, and humans coexist in balance. Through slow, deliberate movements and rhythmic sounds echoing through winter nights, the ritual tells a story of sacred connection between past and present. Quiet and unadorned, Hamanaga. Hana Kagura reminds us that true cultural value often resides in stillness, in rituals preserved across centuries. It is this quiet continuity that gives the festival its enduring life, securing its place within Japan's spiritual and cultural heritage. Day